do the sex.
Today's Talk Sex with Annette topic is how to touch her after sex so that she begs for more. If you think great sex is only about what you do during, you're wrong. The truth is the most powerful move you can make, the one that leaves her aching for round two, happens after you finish. It's not your dick or dildo. It's not your rhythm. It's not your stamina. It's what you do when her body's still trembling, her breath is still shallow, and her heart is wide open. Because in the 5 minutes after sex, her brain is bathing in oxytocin, her nervous system is buzzing, and what you do next determines whether she feels cherished or dismissed, desired or done with. Today, I'm teaching you how to touch her after sex in a way that makes her want you again and again, deeper, louder, and longer. This isn't about performance. It's about presence. If you want to be the lover she craves, not just once, but again and again, you're going to want to hear this. But before we dive in, I want to remind you that I'm over on OnlyFans, and there I am sharing my sex and intimacy how-tos, demonstrations, and audio-guided self-pleasure meditations, and so much more, all designed to help you start having more pleasure in your life and better sex starting tonight now. You can find me there with my handle at Talk Sex with Annette. I'm also over on Substack doing a whole lot of the same, and you can find me there with my handle at Talk Sex with Annette as well. And of course, you can always scroll down to the notes in the description of this podcast, and you're going to find all of the links you need to find me, well, wherever you want to find me and join me. So hopefully I will see you there. Now, let's dive into it and talk about what you can do in those critical 5 minutes after you've come to seal the deal for your next date. Cheers. After sex is a prime time for seduction, and this is backed by science. After orgasm, your brain floods with oxytocin and prolactin. Oxytocin equals the cuddle hormone. Prolactin is the chemical that induces feeling satiated and bonding. But here's the twist. Women's oxytocin spikes higher and lasts longer. Now, if you are a man or a person with penis, you are likely biologically winding down while her body is primed for connection. And that's why what you do after sex determines whether she feels deeply wanted or emotionally dismissed. Emotional dismissal is a mood killer and ends your night on a note that makes her think twice about ever coming back for seconds or thirds or fourths. Don't believe me? Listen to this. Research from the Kinsey Institute shows the partners who engage in affectionate post-sex behavior report higher sexual satisfaction and stronger emotional bonding across the board. How does this translate? Aftercare equals foreplay for the next time. That's right. You're already engaging in foreplay for your next sex session or lovemaking session, whatever you want to call it. Now I'm going to share 4 aftercare techniques that will have her craving you so hard she'll start freeing up time on her calendar for your next hot romp before the night is even ended. So let's get into them. The first aftercare technique I'm going to share with you that is guaranteed to have her coming back for more is the erotic come down. It's a touch that teases round 2. So the minute you come, don't freeze, don't pull away, and don't flop and roll. Instead, touch her like you're still turned on. Your orgasm is not the cue to exit. It's the invitation to linger. So here's what you're going to do. You can use your whole hand, laying it flat and warm against her lower belly. You can cup her vulva and add light pressure. You can run it over her chest or her inner thighs, or you can use light tickly fingertips and trace the same path your tongue, your cock, or your toy followed, and you can trace that path over her labia, clitoral hood, through her wetness if she's not overstimulated, or over her nipples. But you're going to do it in a slower, lazier, more reverent fashion. Note, the touch you use after sex will differ depending on her needs, her desires. Tune in to her physical reaction. Does she crave warm, firm, grounding touch, or slow, light, sensual movements that create sparks across her body? Of course, you can have a conversation about this ahead of time, but it's also just this beautiful act of discovery and bonding after sex. So make sure you are tuning in to her physical reactions when you do either of these. You can also use your breath and breathe into her neck, her ear, or her shoulder. Let her feel your exhale like a whisper that says, "I'm still here." This is nervous system foreplay. It extends the high, the eroticism, and bonus, that kind of slow, sensual grounding can trigger aftershocks, many orgasms that ripple through the body post-climax. Aftercare technique number 2 that will keep her thinking about you until the next time you're together is, well, the praise kink, the gentle dom version. This is where most people fail. If you want her to remember the sex, you have to tell her how unforgettable she was. Not generic compliments like, "that was hot." We're going to go deeper. Try these or some version of these. "You looked so fucking beautiful when you came." Or, "the way your body moved under mine, I could barely keep it together." Or, "you made me feel like I've never been touched before." Why does it work? Studies on erotic praise show that verbal reinforcement of desirability increases arousal, post-sex satisfaction, and long-term attraction, especially in female-bodied people. Want to really flip the switch? Say it while stroking her cheek, kissing her shoulder, or pressing your body into hers. Because when you pair intimate touch with specific affirmations, you're building sexual trust. And sexual trust equals sexual freedom. The third aftercare technique that she is going to carry with her and cherish until the next time she gets to be with you is the aftercare triad: water, warmth, and words. Yes, you are tired, but here's where you stand out. Give her comfort like a dom who knows what they're doing. Water, bring it. Don't ask, just show up with it. She's going to need it, and so are you. Warmth, grab a towel, pull her to your chest, cover her with a blanket. Give her warmth that is grounding and reassuring. Words, say things like, "Are you good?" And then tell her, "You are incredible. I love how open you are with me." She doesn't need a caretaker. She needs to know that she's still wanted, even when the sex is done. This is intimacy that goes beyond the physical. This is where casual sex becomes magnetic sex, and relationships get sexier over time. Aftercare technique number 4 is going to pretty much guarantee that next sexy get together. It is called sexual memory seeding. If you want her thinking about you hours or days later, then end the night by planting a sensory sex seed in her brain. Try this while you're holding her. Whisper, "The next time I'm going to eat you so slow, you're going to beg me to stop, just so you can catch your breath." Boom. That's an erotic anchor. It creates anticipation, desire, and a dopamine drip every time she thinks about it. That's science, and that's seduction. So there are 4 solid aftercare techniques that are going to change your sex life for the better and guarantee that you get her back in bed again. But I'm not going to stop there. I have a bonus for you. an aftercare to go bag, if you will, of 5 unexpected moves that seal the deal and keep her coming back for more. If you want to blow her mind after an orgasm, try slipping one of these into your aftercare. The first one is the tethered touch. Think of it as a vanilla upgrade. Gently tie a soft scarf or sash around her wrist and hold it while you cuddle. It says, "You're mine, and I'm not letting go of you yet." I mean, you can even say that to her. It's a subtle power play that feels safe and sexy and a little bit kinky. The second move is called the whispered recap. Consider it an erotic debriefing, if you will. Tell her exactly what you loved in order. "I loved when you pulled me in, then the way you gasped when I touched your thigh, and the way your legs shook when I finished." It turns memory into foreplay, and it'll live rent-free in her head all week long. The third aftercare move is the just for you treat. Think of it as an aftercare gift. Stash her favorite snack, chocolate, or drink in your nightstand. Pull it out after sex and let her know you got it just for her. It's nurturing, unexpected, and downright swoon-worthy. The fourth aftercare move that is personally one of my favorites, like this is Annette certified, both on the giving end and on the receiving end, is the cleanup as worship. Instead of handing her a towel, warm one up and clean her yourself, slowly, gently, like you are touching sacred ground. She'll feel like a goddess because you're treating her like one. And this is a technique that can go both ways. So ladies, this is a great move to use on your man. It whispers of cock worship, and every guy wants a little bit of that. And the fifth aftercare move that will have her talking to all of her friends is the sensory reset. It's a little bit of a kinky twist, if you will. Light a candle, brush her hair, massage her scalp, or spritz her favorite scent. Do them all together. You're grounding her senses and helping her come down from a high with care. It's intimate as fuck, and it makes the whole experience feel ceremonial. These moves aren't about perfection, they're about presence, because when you show her that sex isn't just something you do and that it's something you care for, you become unforgettable. So this week I want you to be unforgettable after sex, and that means you touch her like you're still inside her. You praise her like she's a goddess. You check in like a man who cares about her climax, not just yours. And you tease the next round, not with pressure, but with presence. That's how you become the lover she begs for, not because of what you did during sex, but because of what you did after. Now, if you have any questions about aftercare and how to do aftercare like a sexual master, you know what to do. You can drop a comment in the comment section below this episode on YouTube. If you're listening right now, head over to @TalkSexWithAnnette on YouTube and send me your comment or question. You can email me at Annette@talksexwithannette.com. If you are looking for a wing woman, a cheerleader, if you will, or someone to just help guide you on your own intimacy, sex, or relationship path, my intimacy and sex coaching books are open, and I would love to work with you. Now, you can find out more about that by going to my website at TalkSexWithAnnette. And you can also just reach out to me at Annette@TalkSexWithAnnette.com, and we will get started. Thank you for joining me today. This is Talk Sex with Annette, where desire meets disruption. Now go make your afterglow legendary today. Cheers. I'll see you in the locker room.